WWE Champion details backstage celebration with AJ Lee Rhea Ripley. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Maxine Dupri won her first WWE title last month in November. On the November 17th edition of Monday Night Raw, Dupri challenged Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. She beat the man to become the new champion. Maxine Dupri celebrated her WWE first title victory with AJ Lee, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, and Roxanne Perez. In a new interview on Unlikely with Adrian Hernandez, Dupri revealed that Bayley, Roxanne Perez, AJ Lee, and Rhea Ripley were waiting for her in her locker room after she won the title on Raw. She had other duties for the night and could only go back to her locker after a long while, but the ladies stayed late to surprise her with a small celebration. They did nothing fancy, just some tequila shots to commemorate her big win. I had the best moment when I got back to the locker room with Bayley, Roxanne, AJ Lee, and Rhea. They were all in there waiting for me, like so late. Seriously, it was so late because I had to go straight to media and Raw recap. And we may have done a little sip of tequila and took in this moment in Madison Square Garden, and I felt so blessed to have them in that locker room with me. That was the best celebration I needed. Dupri didn't extend her title victory celebration for days because she had to prepare for what was coming her way next. Her first title defense against Ivy Nile on WWE Raw 12/15. I'm not really here to celebrate. I got to keep working to hang on to this. But then it was time to lock back in because I had to be ready for Monday Night versus Ivy Nile, which I was. I've got to be ready for whoever's next. So sadly, I don't have time to be showering and taking selfies, okay? I need to be in the gym hitting leg day, 5 WWE stars who can join Triple H if he reforms the Authority. Triple H has recently attracted a lot of heat for his booking decisions, most prominently for making John Cena tap out to Gunther in his retirement match. The crowd in Washington, D.C. at Saturday night's main event X-Slimed booed him out of the building when he came out to the ring to embrace Cena. The game could take advantage of the situation and blur the lines between reality and fiction by incorporating the situation into WWE programming. He could revive the Authority, where he was one of the top heels in the company, and could bring forth a number of new stars. If the Authority does make a comeback, here are 5 stars that could be part of the faction. 5-4. The Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. The Street Profits have mysteriously disappeared from television since October and have not been mentioned since losing their feud with the Wyatt Six. Ford and Dawkins are too talented and entertaining to keep on the sidelines and could channel their energy as heels as part of the Authority with Triple H. They could dominate the tag team division, or even be booked as dominant singles performers across WWE Raw and SmackDown in a fresh creative direction. Austin Theory recently joined the Vision after revealing himself as the Masked Man from Survivor Series. The former United States champion has completely changed his character and is interestingly using Seth Rollins' curb stomp as his new finisher. Like the architect himself, Theory could turn his back on the Vision after earning their trust to join the Authority. He could end up being the main star of the faction and could be catapulted into the main event picture as a result. He has been hailed as one of the best young talents in WWE time and time again. However, his booking has left a lot to be desired over the last few years. Perhaps a run with the Authority could be what he needs to finally become a main event-level star. 2. Trick Williams. Trick Williams has gone from being one of the biggest baby faces on NXT to one of the most despicable heels. However, there is no denying that he is incredible on the mic and in the ring. He is also the first WWE contracted wrestler to win the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. which has helped him get even more momentum. A move to the main roster looks to be on the cards soon for him, and he would fit in very well as one of Triple H's chosen ones in the Authority. The Canadian has run circles around all the other NXT stars since arriving from AEW. He has had one reign as the NXT champion and is the current North American champion. Paige's mic and character work are the best on the developmental brand by a huge margin, and he would be the perfect fit for the Authority if it were to be revived. Ethan Page's antics as a heel would align perfectly with those of the Authority and Triple H, and would help him gain a lot of heat. However, it remains to be seen how things turn out for him in the coming year, and whether Triple H indeed reforms the faction. Not even sure how that's possible. Logan Paul is left completely surprised by WWE superstars' actions from this week's Raw. Logan Paul was left completely surprised by Javon Evans after this week's WWE Raw. Evans was in action against Rayo Americano and picked up a huge win on the main roster. Evans has been highly active throughout 2025. He has competed occasionally on the main roster and even challenged Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. The 21-year-old was also unsuccessful in his attempt to dethrone Laredo Kid for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship in Mexico, but has been getting everyone's attention with his in-ring outings. Paul was surprised by Evans' athleticism and took to social media to praise the NXT sensation. The Maverick claimed that he wasn't sure how Evans made everything look so smooth in the ring. Watched this like 5 times. Not even sure how that's possible, wrote Paul. Logan Paul revealed how Paul Heyman has helped him. Logan Paul opened up about the help he has received from Paul Heyman. The former WWE United States champion said that Heyman has taught him a lot, and working with him has taught Paul not to make any stupid decisions backstage. Speaking on ESPN's First Take, Logan Paul had this to say: "He's taught me a bunch. I can get into granular wrestling terms or I can keep it high level, and the one thing that he's definitely taught me is that with him by my side, I have someone on the executive team who can speak for me, so I don't have to make stupid decisions backstage where I would lose my job, like attacking CM Punk because he pisses me off. Instead of doing that, I can just go to Paul Heyman, right, and he can talk to the executives and handle it professionally, so he keeps me in check, and now I have a unit. I just don't see how we're going to be stopped at all." Logan Paul officially joined The Vision in 2025 and helped them to victory at the Survivor Series Premium Live event. Braun Breaker steals WWE Champion's lines on Raw. Obafemi breaks silence. WWE superstar Braun Breaker has been put on notice for the theft of some lines in a promo of his. Notably, the Steiner Dynasty Wrestlers Raw promo from December 22, 2025 carried an iconic part that belongs to Obafemi. Now, the reigning NXT champion has put Breaker on notice. Braun Breaker's video package promo saw him addressing CM Punk ahead of their January 5, 2026 match for the World Heavyweight Championship. The unpredictable badass referred to himself as a mountain punk, can't climb in his monologue. Interestingly, Obafemi had used this line to describe himself several months ago, when he was the NXT North American champion, speaking to his then challenger, Wes Lee. Taking to X, the ruler posted a tweet and demanded royalties from Breaker for stealing his lines. "I'll be expecting my royalties for those bars." Femi's entire promo saw him address himself as the ruler, the destroyer, and the bringer of war. It is safe to assume that if any other WWE superstar tries to use these titles for themselves, the NXT champion will knock on their doors as well. Braun Breaker spears CM Punk yet again. This week's episode of Raw saw CM Punk and Rey Mysterio compete in tag team action against Bronson Reed and Austin Theory. The final moments of the match saw Mysterio climb to the top rope, only to get knocked off balance by Theory. A-Town then landed a curb stomp on the masked luchador to pick up the win. Immediately after, however, CM Punk attacked Theory. Braun Breaker tried to catch a distracted Punk off guard, but the World Heavyweight Champion turned around in time. A-Town re-entered the ring to help Breaker, but got clotheslined off the top rope by the Second City Saint. However, Punk's luck ran out after this as Braun Breaker caught him with a spear to end the episode of Raw. The dog of WWE even mocked the straight-edge superstar with his go-to-sleep gesture. It would be interesting to see if Breaker will dethrone Punk on Raw's Netflix anniversary. Paul Heyman drops Roman Reigns' tease after WWE Raw. Betrayed Roman Reigns at WWE WrestleMania 41 Night 1 and joined forces with Seth Rollins, forming a brand new faction, The Vision. Fans loved the alliance between the Hoff manager and Tribal Chief, as the two achieved major feats together. While the OTC is in a long-term feud with Oracle and his faction, Heyman dropped a Roman tease after being on the latest edition of Monday Night Raw. The Hall of Famer took to his official X Twitter account, where he posted an animated illustration of himself with Reigns' 2 titles, subtly hinting at their alliance once again. The subtle hint has sparked curiosity among fans about the possibilities that could unfold in the future. Currently, Heyman and his heel faction are locked in to bring back the gold to their group. The Vision is gearing up for a massive WWE bout. With the new year approaching fast, Heyman and his crew are busy preparing for their next big bout at the first episode of Monday Night Raw in 2026. Braun Breaker will be locking horns with CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship in a singles match. The Stamford-based promotion has been building hype for the contest for some time now. This could also be the grand finale for the Punk versus The Vision storyline, as it has been a constant back and forth for months. That said, it will be interesting to see what plans the Triple H-led creative team has in store for the World Heavyweight Championship bout between Breaker and the best in the world on the first edition of the flagship show in 2026, and what implications it may bring on the men's division, as the World Wrestling Entertainment would also begin building the road to WWE WrestleMania 42, as the Royal Rumble is the next premium live event. Huge Roman Reigns update amid WWE hiatus. Former undisputed WWE champion Roman Reigns has been away from television since competing at the War Games bout at Survivor Series 2025 premium live event. Amid his hiatus from the company, a massive personal update about the Tribal Chief has emerged, which is taking over the internet. Instagram user Mimi's Ravioli posted a picture with Roman Reigns and wrote that the OTC is the real hero. It's 2 days before Christmas, and the original Tribal Chief has been delivering pizzas to sick children at the hospital in South Florida. I don't know if you know this guy's story, but he is a true hero. It's 2 days before Christmas and all the money in the world, and this guy is picking up pizza to deliver to the sick kids at the hospital on his own time. They don't make them like this guy. This guy is what you call a true life hero, the page wrote. Furthermore, the Instagram user expressed their gladness that they can call Roman their friend and thanked the former WWE champion for all his work. I'm glad we can call Joe our friend. Thank you for stopping by, saying hello, and bring the kids pizza. It's an honor to have you walk through my doors, buddy. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep paying it forward. God created people like you to make this a better place. Thank you guys from my family to everyone. I kept the line for 10 straight hours today, and Mimi's, we won't stop until every order is done. Thank you. We are blessed from my family, my friends, and my workers. We thank you all. Roman Reigns may return to WWE soon. The leader of OG Bloodline had been on a part-time schedule since losing his undisputed championship to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania XL. The 40-year-old megastar could directly return next year at the WWE Royal Rumble 2026 premium live event, and participate in the traditional men's Rumble bout. It will be interesting to see what plans the Triple H-led creative team has in store for Reigns in the new year. Liv Morgan will be the biggest babyface in 2026. WWE has done an excellent job with its women's division. While the men's group struggles to find new stars, the women continue to flourish as new, young talent find their way to the top much more often. Liv Morgan has become one of the biggest stars in recent years, and she may be set for the most important run of her career. In 2026, Liv Morgan will be the biggest babyface in the women's division. There has long been a desire to see Liv Morgan promoted as the biggest star in the women's division. Morgan is certainly up there on the depth chart, but she's still behind the likes of Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. The stars may be aligned for all of that to change in 2026. Liv Morgan's run to being the top star in the women's division. The path to Liv Morgan becoming a major star is right in front of her. She returned at Survivor Series War Games to a huge response from fans. Morgan has long had a strong fan base, so much so it was surprising in some instances. Listen to the reaction she receives whenever she's on television, and it's clear that she's at a level different than most of the women in the division. It's easy to guess where the story with the Judgment Day is headed. At some point, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez will turn on Morgan. Perhaps this will come at the instruction of Dominic Mysterio, or he'll be caught up in the backlash of Finn Balor's petty backstabbing. Either way, the minute they turn on Morgan, the fan investment will lift her to a new level. Liv Morgan should also be on the shortlist to win the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble. Seeing Morgan get that victory, and the immediate realization that she'd be on the path for a WrestleMania moment, is the type of position she should be in after this big return. It's pretty wild to realize that Liv Morgan has been on WrestleMania consistently since 2018, but has never had a singles match. Putting her in the position to not only finally get that singles match, but to pick up the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship as one of the featured bouts would cement her as a major star in the division. That is the type of career-defining moment that puts someone in the position to be a star for years. It's the type of moment that Liv Morgan needs. But WWE can't stop there. She'd need to be involved in a main event angle with Rhea Ripley. They have so much story between them, but Morgan consistently came out on the loser's side of the match. Now WWE would need to book her to defeat Ripley and prove that she's ready to step out of her shadow and be seen on the same level. Liv Morgan has the potential to be a bigger mainstream star for WWE. To get there, she'll need a major run, and 2026 should be the year that happens. It should be the year where she's the biggest babyface in the women's division. WWE Raw Preview and Streaming Details 22 Deck. 2025 Full Match Lineup, Storyline Updates, and How to Watch Live. December 22nd, 2025, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Van Andel Arena. WWE Monday Night Raw, taped Holiday Week Edition. As one of the final Raws of the year, the show also helps WWE build towards Royal Rumble 2026. While championship alliances, faction rivalries, and surprise appearances have all helped shape the Red brand in recent weeks, this episode is meant to serve as the bridge between premium live events in late 2022 and the turn of the new year. While taped earlier because of WWE's tour schedule, Raw will still broadcast in its standard Monday night time slot, and there are plenty of storyline developments expected to take place. Fans can expect a well-balanced card, the freshest of top stars, and established rivalries that have a permanent wave of momentum through January. Rhea Ripley, Asuka, and Bayley featured in a strong in-ring lineup. One of the highlight matches for the December 22nd show is a big-time singles battle between two top women in WWE, Rhea Ripley versus Asuka, which we could see having an impact on title and tag team angles moving forward. This is a match set to headline with Ripley continuing to cement herself as a top star on Raw, and Asuka's experience and unpredictability put her up against anyone. Also on the card, Bayley versus Roxanne Perez, which is a great chance for Bayley to get her groove back, and an even better way to test Perez against true top of the main roster competition. It will also feature Javon Evans versus Rayo Americano, also part of WWE's pushing newer talent, along with the stars they already have. It is expected that the headline match will be a tag team contest with World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk and Rey Mysterio facing off against the Vision's Austin Theory and Bronson Reed. This matchup keeps Punk's unease with new generations of talent going, while further establishing Theory's place as a major player on Raw. Becky Lynch returns as faction tensions rise on Raw. There is expected to be a heavy emphasis on storyline progression throughout the night. Close out the night with a segment that sees Becky Lynch return and confront a feud to add even more depth to the 2026 women's division. At the same time, the smoldering friction in Judgment Day and the Vision remains high, as both backstage promos and in-ring interactions are laying the seeds for future conflicts. Another angle to keep an eye on in WWE, of course, is whether or not the company is subtly switching allegiances and power players as Paul Heyman becomes involved with Austin Theory. The rise of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed also means shakeups to the faction scene on Raw. How to watch WWE Raw live on December 22nd, 2025. WWE Raw airs live on Monday night via Netflix, continuing the platform's role as Raw's global streaming home. Broadcast times vary by region, with international viewers able to watch live or on demand depending on local availability. The final WWE Raw 2025 must end with a bang, as compelling matches, returning superstars, and the progression of storylines will bring this year to a finish and lay the groundwork for the road to Royal Rumble. Unfortunate update on Rhea Ripley after WWE Raw. Rhea Ripley walked into Raw expecting another strong night, but things flipped on her fast. It started as a confident step forward, but it turned into a night she'll probably want to forget, and the reaction online shows fans felt the shift just as sharply. Her match with Asuka had real weight behind it, and the way it ended has already sparked a wave of concern. The action itself was intense from the opening bell. Ripley pushed the pace, landed her heavy shots, and for a good stretch controlled the match. Asuka kept firing back, and the energy never dipped. The turning point came when Kairi Sane jumped onto the apron long enough to pull Ripley's eyes away from the fight. That brief moment was all Asuka needed to steal a roll-up and hand Ripley a rare singles loss on Raw. Concerns rise after the match. The loss was surprising on its own, but the worrying part came right after. Ripley appeared shaken, wiping at a bloody nose and moving gingerly toward the ramp. Reports noted she may have aggravated something during the final sequence, which adds pressure to an already tight build toward the early 2026 shows. She has